The journey has been pretty awesome. I mean, learning the things that I never thought I would learn, and being just in this band or just being in a real band, it just made me, appreciate the stuff that I've learned along the way. And I feel like I have become 100 times better as a guitarist than what I thought, I would become in the past. And I feel like I'm becoming more of whatever I imagined myself as being when I was, 12, when I first got my guitar. And yeah, being in a really huge studio has really gone, beyond my imagination of what the studio would be like. It's actually I feel more comfortable than what I thought I would be than when I, imagine like, oh man, I'm gonna be in the studio and I want to be under a microscope and it's gonna be just so nerve-wracking. 'Cause I think it's just we're capturing ourselves rather than trying to mimic something that we're not to get to the point that we want to be, I guess, if that makes any sense. And we're just glad that Mack Damon for Hollywood Studios is, helping us capture that moment even bigger and making it just amplifying whatever sound that we have. I guess that makes Marila Voe. I think it's just I think that's awesome that he's on board and he likes our weirdness, I guess, for what we are. And instead of, bashing on thinking outside the box, he's encouraging it and he's just helping us make that sound even better. So, when this record does come out, it's just gonna sound like beyond our expectations of what we could have done ourselves. Even though we didn't do a bad job, pushing it ourselves or recording, I think it's just like Mack is just taking us to that next level.
Fuck yeah, it's gonna be badass. Yeah.
3 years later, in an amazing studio, recording with a great producer being Mack Damon, it's intense to think about because though everyone who came along in the band throughout time, well, pretty quickly actually, but everyone who became Marila Voe, made it Marila Voe, that's the sound you hear today. It's Miguel on the guitar doing what he does, and Randy being the drummer, and then Arturo bringing it to life. Sometimes I think about how the seed, I planted the seed, but then I didn't grow it. I feel like I'm just part of this roller coaster. Now I understand that you can plant a seed and it could fucking grow as large as you want it to. It's just up to how much work you put into it, or time, or love and dedication. Patience is a huge thing, but definitely in this position that we are in now, doing this the right way, I feel super lucky.
Just that intro part, like if the drums did something like that, where we could put percussion and it was real pedally and it was real boom, 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 boom. hear what I said?
Yeah.
Getting in the studio with Mack Damon has been a really amazing experience. Just starting off, just number one, and being a great guy. Although we had expectations of what we wanted this record to sound like, or the ideas we already had implemented into our songs, having someone else kind of shed their ideas or be truly honest, which what is really fucking good and what isn't, and even just the parts that are amazing and then bumping them up a notch, that's been crazy, because it's taken the songs to another level to where I genuinely feel like, though we've been playing the songs for a little while, they sound like brand new songs.
I don't know. It is a different experience from what I've done, because I've been in other studios, and he's more of a, you need to do this, you need to do, change this, change that, and other studios are just like, just hit record, you're good, it's fine, we'll fix it later, or but he gives you more advice of what to do next. I guess you could say that. He's really good. He really knows his stuff. It's just I just feel sometimes kind of nervous, and he puts you kind of in the edge, but in a good way. I don't know. It's a weird experience. You got, I don't know. You really have to, like. You're a really cool guy though. I mean, he could talk. I don't want to say he talks shit, but like he jokes around, and it's awesome, because it makes the experience even better. It's not about just the music, you gotta have fun of what you're doing too.
Kind of reminds me of Bullet in the Blue Sky by U2. Alright, let's rock it. Here we go. Turn it way down in here, because I don't want the clip to bleed into the PZO mic.
It's a great bonding experience, different bonding experience, you could say. But we're a big happy family, I guess. We get along. We got so used to one way, and now changing it to another way, which is great. But now learning it that way, it's kind of different. Now I gotta learn it. I mean, it's funny because I never thought I would be here, even recording again, like with an actual band. Saw myself as like a studio musician, but man, yeah, I never would have thought I would be here.
So it goes.
The experience I got out of being in his band was feeling accomplished, like I did something bigger than myself. Not only that, like dealing with 3 other people that sometimes I don't want to deal with, but at the same time, like it feels good to know that there's other individuals that have a big goal, and for us to do it like in sync as a unit feels like such an accomplishment compared to if I was just doing a project by myself. It's like a good overwhelming feeling. I think being here has really made me like grasp like how far we've come. You know, I was telling Roy that it's crazy to see that when I was 16 years old, I was in a garage band where we never made it anywhere. It was just 2 guitarists. 10 years later, us being here like in the studio is like, it's a little overwhelming. It feels good to know how much work we put in to see how far we've come.
Well then, I guess we have to just convince Randy. Because he likes it.
Whole thing. He's gonna want to change the whole thing.
Okay.
So hopefully maybe he can. And he's pretty good at rewriting. But I don't think they were good. That's what I'm trying to find, because I remember from when I heard it.
So we keep
No.
it clean.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, can you do some weird?
It's really crazy to see how what we had written already like just became like such like a huge like reconstruction of what we had, you know, if that makes sense. It's just it's really exciting to see how well we've worked with Mack, you know. I'm really excited to see the finished product. It's sounding really good. It's fucking amazing.